Hello everybody, I am Samsara. I am 29 years old and I am Kiwi and I live in Melbourne, and I'm visiting my family in New Zealand at the moment, and I write a lot. I run a couple of blogs, www.the which is a middle score, realness, realness.tumblr.com, and then www.urbanharmonic.blogspot.com.au, and I've just written a piece that I've called Beautiful Space, and it's basically kind of about externalities and kind of the perception of what makes other people, happy and what makes you happy, based versus, what goes on the inside. Like, I am probably what people would consider to be a very blessed person. I have a lot of really, really amazing, beautiful, talented friends. I'm fit and healthy and beautiful with myself. I have, a family that love me and are wonderful, and I'm staying in my family's beautiful house. And I've just landed a really, really wonderful job writing, which is brilliant. And there's just a lot of love and blessings and abundance in my life, and I think probably people think that I've got it made, or that I'm constantly happy and I've got it all figured out, and I feel this immense responsibility sometimes to kind of be perfect and get everything right. I always kind of like to try my best to come from a place of love in all situations that I can, and you know what? I fail a lot at the time, and I beat myself up about it a lot as well. And I think it's probably quite hard for people that know me sometimes, because I'm so careful about how I treat people that when I do fuck it up, it probably rocks them a little bit more, because I'm so sweet and loving, and then I probably do something that doesn't seem that way to them, and it's probably quite hard to deal with. And I beat myself up a lot about things like that, because nobody likes people to feel bad. And also, I'm really... No, I wouldn't say I'm really anything. I don't like to identify with any of the kind of negative thoughts in my mind, but what I will say is there are still, a lot of negative thoughts, and there always will be, because everybody has those. And so for me recently, I've kind of been learning to self-soothe, like listen to the voices, as if they're kind of parts of me, like as a child hurt or something like that, and kind of speaking to myself, as if, I was that child, and speaking to myself in the way that I know I need to be soothed. Hold on, my little brother's coming through. I'll just finish off my video and I'll be like 7 minutes. This is my little brother, everybody. Do you want to say hello? Say hello. You know, won't be able to see him. Oh, look at it. Oh. He's trying to send me to bed because my room that I'm staying in is right next to his. So I better hurry up with this. But basically, learning to kind of self-soothe, and not beat myself about things, because I am only human. I'm not superhuman, although I like to believe I am sometimes. And just kind of recognizing that you're never really there. It doesn't matter how wonderful things get on the outside. It's only palliative. It's like the Western medicine, scene. It's only a band-aid. You've got to, love and happiness comes from the inside out. It's not about the sparkly things. So I wrote a piece about that. It's called The Beautiful Space, and I'm going to read it to you now, and then I'm going to go to bed because my little brother wants me to. So you, the negative commentator, still there, still ever present within your wind-up box of past jaunts down darkened lanes, sucked down drains whilst up placing placards of vile mouths spewing out blame, and I watch and wonder, as I exist under the star-spangled rotunda of my own perception's reflection. Observe, serve the verb, To do is to go into the flow of it all, throw caution to the wind and let go of the fear of the fall. I feel the blocks trying to placate the feeling, but as I watch from the ceiling quietly, I entice me through the bleachers to a place of rest and teachers. If this is the end of this road, then there's a new one at the end of this one and another one on to follow. I will always think thoughts and speak more than others do. I exist within the realm of expression, and I refuse to feel guilt for that. The feelings I used to attach to that bubble up intact, but I allow them and reduce them matter-of-factly so, right back down below the sacks of water and fat, holding my very existence together. Blood and flesh tethered forever. If it wasn't for them, I'd be nothing, although I already am. The space between the lines is where I exist, just am. I'm not pertaining to be feigning my very existence. But in matters of resistance like the ones previously mentioned, I must sit outside my own persistence and let go of the things I hold on to that don't serve me, unnerve me, and reduce me to someone that thinks that everyone hates me as if that's what I deserve. The biggest fear is that I'm unloved, as if that's an excuse to be disconnected to the one above, as if that reduces me to not being able to love self, put my heart on the shelf in the name of others' realities and modalities, crying for cantankerously vulgar melodies, ill-tempered in my mind's eye, perhaps a voice of a past life, but still I listen, still I soothe, still I reply to you as if you were someone else. It helps. It all does. Let me try this a little further. Let me watch you as you learn to serve her better than before. My replies to you I want only to be in love. I will listen to you. But why do your stories want the glory when the moment is so much better to view this through? Kaliedescopic, geometric, metropolis to boot. Gaze through this brass cylinder on top of this clunking steel eyesore. Shift the steampunk cogs and gaze into the brazen twilight of contrite solliloquies and sparkly antiquities. I push through these niceties after I've listened to you, sweet girl. You let them run on overdrive sometimes, don't you? That's okay. Won't you let me soothe your quest to be the best in this moment and help me see that I already am? The best Sam I can be as I am. And in the grand scale of things, not just a scam that you're waiting others to discover, but a lover, a mother, and a child of wonder. One that falls under the same rotunda you spoke of earlier, if somewhat surlier after a bad night's sleep. Let that chest tight creep away. Let that sleep right the pain. Let yourself see that the fire is your necessary way to gain entrance into the present, a gift from God and the high heavens. Stay with your breath. Stay with your motion. Listen to the birds. Immerse yourself in the ocean, and when the time is right, like it is just now, feel what you are feeling, even if there's clouds. They are there to shade you in times gone by and to happen, but don't worry about them for now. No, they don't matter. The future only exists because of the word itself. And yes, you guessed it. The past is only a collection of letters unfettered as well. So let it be. And fall so desperately in love with the way you call so sweetly to yourself when you're meekly haunting the passages of your mind. Clip, clip, clopping down high-heeled hallways with an onomatopoeic subservience, a slave to the rhythm and justice of the night. Must you get it right always? What is correction without reflection? And say, what is perspective without connection to this moment? In this second, in this particle, I must own it. This dream I've grown it to painstaking fruition of my own graceful volition, followed through with many a turbulent esoteric inquisition. I finally feel like my position reaching freedom's gate, allowing fear to trail me in the wake of the words that define times outside of this one, crimes yet begun and no longer needed. Ones that seeded this girl, tap, tap, tapping on this machine that connects her to the world. Stop. Breathe. Beat. Release. Just this and only this. Just be with this, my sweet. So that was beautiful space. I'm going to go to sleep now because my little broski needs to go to sleep too. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I just hope you all know that no matter how fabulous and sparkly people look on the outside, we all have those voices that beat us up too. I love you very much. Good night.